are the Avengers, probably one of the most powerful and growing teams out there. And in this video we will be ranking the original members, such as Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, Thor, Hulk and Black Widow, and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. But Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver don't really count as original members, but they're in the movie, so I guess I'll count them. So, please do remember to like this video and consider subscribing, and let's get into it. First off, let's start with Scarlet Witch. So, her real name is Wanda Maximoff, and she is probably my least favorite Avenger. I mean, because in the Avengers Age of Ultron, she was kind of a wuss because, I don't know, she blamed herself for helping Ultron. But anyway, her powers are the Scarlet Witch can tap into mystic energy for reality-altering effects. This power is formerly limited to the creation of hex spheres, of reality-disrupting quasi-psychonic force to cause molecular disturbances in a target. And it says that she was formerly an Avenger, but in the movie she's still an Avenger, and she was in Captain America Civil War. And I really don't like her. She has the ability to basically wipe out I think she did that once. She has the ability to wipe out the Avengers, but she doesn't really use her powers to the full potential, unlike most of the other Avengers. So yeah, that's why I don't like her. And the only reason I like her is she's pretty powerful, and that's about it. But she was kind of the start of Civil War because she put a bomb, or the Crossbones blew himself up, but Scarlet Witch enclosed him in a force field and pushed him into a building where it was full of civilians, and killed quite a few of them, I'm guessing, due to that explosion. So yeah, that's Scarlet Witch, and she is my least favorite Avenger. Talk about Quicksilver. So, Quicksilver possessed superhuman speed and could travel on foot at speeds exceeding the speed of sound for hundreds of miles before tiring. He could fly for short distances by flapping his arms or vibrating his legs. He could also use speed to create cyclones, dodge machine gun and laser fire, and run up walls and across water. So, some reasons why I don't like Quicksilver is, well, he died quite earlier on in the movie because Ultron was attacking him, or he was trying to help Hawkeye. He was trying to help Hawkeye save this boy that was like in the rubble in Avengers Age of Ultron. Another reason I don't like him is because he didn't really have much of a role, and he really just stood there. I mean, he wasn't really that involved. I mean, he kind of was at the end when they were protecting the what's it called? The big thing that makes a curvier meteor when in Avengers Age of Ultron. And yeah, some of the reasons I like him is because he's basically the Flash of the Marvel Universe, and I like Flash, and Flash is cool. He can do many things. And he's kind of, and another reason I like him is because he's kind of cocky, because like he just walks past Hawkeye and was like, "Hey, you didn't see that coming." So yeah, that's so Quicksilver makes second worst on the list. Right. At third worst is Black Widow. Black Widow, called Natasha Romanoff, known as by many aliases, is an expert spy, athlete, and assassin. Trained at a young age by the infamous Red Room Academy, the Black Widow was formerly an enemy to the Avengers. She later became their ally after breaking out of the USS Grasp, and also serves as a top SHIELD agent. So some of the reason I don't like Black Widow is because she doesn't have any powers, but neither does Hawkeye. Anyway, so she doesn't really have any powers, She just has guns, athletic skills, and the things that she shoots on her wrist, the widow bites or whatever the name is. So yeah, she does help out the Avengers in quite many ways. In Avengers Age of Ultron, she was what was she doing? She was captured by Ultron, doing stuff, and then she helped Shield at the end. And yeah, some of the reasons I like her is because she did quite a good job in Avengers Age of Ultron, actually. And that's about the only reason I like her. So yeah, that's about it for Natasha Romanoff, also known as Black Widow. Let's get on to Thor. Right, now let's get on to Thor. Thor is a pretty good character. I mean, he has that big hammer that he could only lift. I guess that's because, as Iron Man said, whoever holds Thor's fingerprints can lift the hammer. Right, so, as the son of Odin, Thor's strength, endurance, and resistance to injury are greater than the vast majority of his superhuman race. He is extremely long-lived, though not completely immune to aging, immune to conventional disease, highly resistant to injury. His flesh and bones are several times denser than the humans. As Lord of Asgard, Thor possessed the Odin Force, which enabled him to tap into the near-infinite resources of cosmic and mystical energies, enhancing all of his abilities. So, some of the reasons why I don't like Thor is because... Actually, there is no really any reasons why I don't like Thor. Thor's cool because I like Thor because he has that big hammer, and he can fight the Hulk, and he almost won against the Hulk, actually, in some comics. I don't really read Marvel comics. I have some, but not any one with Thor in them. But there have been two iterations of Thor. One was Thor Odin's son, as seen in the movies, and the second one was Thor Girl, who I don't really know much about. I don't know what happened to Thor that made Thor Girl a thing, but yeah, it's probably in the comics somewhere. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But anyway, so yeah, Thor's pretty cool. I mean, his hammer, he could throw it and then bring it back to him. It will go through planets if it has to get back to him. Because, yeah, that hammer's pretty powerful. So yeah. I mean, yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty strong as well, and he's a pretty great Avenger, actually. He tried to go back in his vision in Avengers Age of Ultron and, I don't know, fix something or save the people. But anyway, one time he was actually exiled to Earth by Odin in Thor 1, I think it was. Because, I don't know, he interfered or something. And then he was called Donald Blake. And then he found Thor's hammer in a crater, and then tried to pick it up, and he picked it up, and then he became Thor again. So yeah, that's some of the reasons why I like Thor. Right, I actually forgot about Vision, so let's do Vision. So, Vision is basically a robotic god, and he has an Infinity Stone in his head, and that's the Mind Stone. And he did quite a lot in Avengers Age of Ultron. He fought Ultron, and defeated him at the end when they were in the forest. And yeah, so it says the metal monstrosity called Ultron created the synthetic humanoid known as the Vision from the remains of the original android Human Torch of the 1940s to serve as a vehicle of vengeance against the Avengers. But it didn't quite work out because he possessed Jarvis. Oh, I think Jarvis possessed him. And then, seeing as Jarvis is a good guy, he became a good guy. So yeah. Also, he can lift up Thor's hammer, which is pretty cool. And I think the only person who on the Avengers who could stop him was Scarlet Witch, because in Captain America's Civil War, she was like forcing him into the ground and other things like that. So yeah, that's Vision. And Vision's pretty cool. Yeah, he'll probably come before Thor, actually, because I forgot about him. But anyway, let's go on to Hulk. Right, now we're on to Hulk. Hulk is the third best Avenger actually he's the fourth best Avenger in my opinion. And he was caught in a gamma bomb explosion while trying to save the life of a teenager, and Dr. Banner was transformed into the incredibly powerful creature called Hulk. And he's misunderstood half the time because, I mean, Hulk is not that intelligent, but yeah, and the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. So if you make him angry, he'll probably smash like the whole of New York if you make him like super angry. His real name is Bruce Banner, and the Hulk possesses an incredible level of superhuman physical abilities. His capacity for physical strength is potentially limitless due to the fact that Hulk's strength increases proportionately with his great level of emotion. Emotional stress, anger in particular. The Hulk uses his superhumanly strong legs to leap great distances. The Hulk has been known to cover hundreds of miles in a single bound and once leapt almost into orbit around the Earth. So yeah, Hulk is pretty powerful. He beat Ultron in Avengers Age of Ultron and flew into the ocean. I don't think anybody knows where Hulk is in Captain America Civil War because he crash landed in the ocean and I think he swam somewhere. So yeah, Hulk is not particularly intelligent, but Bruce Banner is because he helped Iron Man create or attempt to create Ultron. And I like Hulk because he's strong and he flippin' thrashed Loki around in the first Avengers. So yeah, and he's pretty cool. There's been a couple of iterations of Hulk. There's been a Red Hulk and a Grey Hulk. Don't know who the Grey Hulk is, but the Red Hulk is Colonel Ross, I think his name is. He was the white-haired guy in Avengers. Not Ultron. What was Captain America Civil War? I don't know if they're gonna make a movie about the Red Hulk. They're probably not gonna because it's coming close to Avengers Infinity War. So I think, yeah, actually they might do. I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty cool. And he's learned to control his himself after Black Widow managed this like thing, and he rubs his hand and he calms down. So yeah, the only thing I don't like about the Hulk is he's big and clunky and clumsy, and yeah, and he's quite dumb. But anyway, other than that, I really like the Hulk. He's my fourth favorite Avenger. People are probably going to question why I put Hawkeye as my third favorite Avenger, but I really like Hawkeye. He's a world-class archer, and he has reflexes and hand-eye coordination, making him the most proficient archer ever known. And he's basically an expert with any type of throwing or shooting weapons. I think he has used a gun in Avengers Age of Ultron, but he only uses a bow, so we don't really know if he can hit his target with a gun all the time. He doesn't really get much of a role in Avengers first one because he's basically a zombie, because Loki used his scepter on him to make him a minion. But he played a good part in Avengers Age of Ultron, tracking down Natasha and giving Scarlet Witch that inspirational speech which made her not a wuss anymore. And yeah, he was formerly known as Trick Shot, and he was in the circus because he ran away from school at 14, I think it was 14 or 15, and he became the Trick Shot for the circus, and he was a bad guy. But then I think he fought Iron Man once, but then he became he went over to the good side and joined the Avengers and became Hawkeye. He has a family in somewhere, and it was a safe house in Avengers Age of Ultron. But yeah, that's about it for Hawkeye. Right, my second favorite Avenger is Iron Man. and he's really intelligent because he built an arc reactor in a cave, and he built the thing that powers every suit of armor that he has. He has no physical powers, but it's all in his suit, because he's built many different suits, like a space suit, an underwater suit, a Hulkbuster suit, things like that. And it says that Tony has a genius level intellect that allows him to invent a wide range of sophisticated devices specializing in advanced weapon and armor. He possesses a keen business mind. He fought against Captain America in Captain America Civil War, because he signed the Sokovia Accords, because I don't know. And I think he might die in Avengers Infinity War, I don't know. But I don't think he'll really stand much of a chance against Thanos. And in Iron Man 3 he got his heart back because he made weapons, and then someone shot the weapon or something in Iron Man 1, and a bit of shrapnel got into his heart. And yeah, his stuff has been blown up quite a bit. Stark Tower has been blown up due to Loki and the Chitauri and Avengers Assemble. But yeah, that's why Iron Man is my second favorite superhero. Not superhero, Avenger. And one more thing, his parents were killed by Bucky in Captain America Civil War. And his dad helped Captain America get his shield. So yeah, that's why he's my second favorite Avenger. And my favorite Avenger is Captain America. Captain America represented the pinnacle of human physical perfection. He experienced a time when he was augmented to superhuman levels, but generally performed just below superhuman levels for most of his career. Captain America had a very high intelligence as well as agility, strength, speed, endurance, and reaction time superior to any Olympic athlete who ever competed. The super soldier formula that he had the super soldier formula that he metabolized has enhanced all of his bodily functions to the peak of human efficiency. So in Captain America the First Avenger, he's the first Avenger. What's that movie called? Yeah, Captain America the First Avenger, he was turned into a super soldier by, can't remember what the guy's name was, but he was in World War II and he was in the army, and he didn't really do well in the army because it was kind of puny, and the general was and then he volunteered for the super soldier program, whatever it's called, and he became Captain America, and he got his shield from Tony Stark's dad, Howard Stark, I think his name is. And yeah, he's really strong. I think he did lift Thor's hammer once. He nearly did in Avengers Age of Ultron, because on the table when they were trying to lift Thor's hammer, he nearly did it, but it like wiggled a bit. Anyway, and in Captain America, he just fights for what's right, basically. And he was trapped in the ice for 17 years, so he missed quite a bit. But other than that, he's my favorite Avenger. He stopped a helicopter. And yeah, so he's my favorite Avenger. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This was my very first ranked list kind of videos, so just bear with. I know it was kind of cringeworthy and really bad, but I'm sorry, but hopefully I'll improve and do better videos like this one. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below who your favorite Avenger is. So yeah, see you in the next video.